What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. For everybody that's new, make sure y'all subscribe to the new channel, you guys, Gorilla Trader. All right. Today, again, we are going to continue talking about the Forex master pattern. All right. For new traders out there, I highly suggest that you guys research this and that you find a way if you can, if it works for you. I know a lot of y'all studying SMC, smart money concept, or you guys are trading and looking at ICC, which is came from trades by Psy. But I found this and I was just like, man, this works for me. I did my research and I studied smart money concept. I studied ICC and smart money concept made more sense to me than ICC, even though they have similarities and patterns, similar correlations. What this did, you guys, for me was tied everything together. So I'm going to explain a little bit about what the master pattern is. This is also called volatility. I'll look it up in a few. Um, but it's the exact same thing. They call it the master pattern when it comes to trading Forex, the Forex master pattern, or they call it volatility contraction pattern in the stocks world. It's the exact same thing. When you look at it, it's the exact same thing. They call it VCP in the stock world, and in the world of Forex, it is called the master pattern. All right, so let's get into what it is. So the master pattern, you guys, I'm gonna put myself down real quick so you can see the whole screen. The master pattern has three phases. Phase one of the Forex master pattern cycle is called contraction. All right. Okay. Phase two, you guys, we get higher time frame activation and it's called the expansion phase, right? So phase one is called contraction. Phase two is called expansion. Another word for you to remember with phase two is manipulation. So you remember in manipulation phase, you don't trade. When it's going sideways, this is powerful. And I want people to look at my face when I say this. Most people don't like sideways action. And when it's moving sideways, it's building up liquidity. We need that because that is how the market makers make the markets move. We want sideways action. Most people don't like it because they're like, man. And for the new people out there, do not trade sideways action. I'll show you what I mean when I say sideways action is phase two. Vital and very important because after every sideways action, after manipulation, after it's moving sideways, it's building up liquidity for the move, right? You don't trade that, but it's so vital because that is where we know once that sideways action is happening, the only thing that can happen after that is a move. Higher highs, right? We're going to go, not higher highs, excuse me, you guys. We're either going to go longs or we're going to go shorts. We're either going to make higher highs, right? Or we're going shorts and we're going to go make lower lows, right? That's the only thing that can happen after sideways action. So remember, it's three phases, only three phases. All right. So I'm gonna break it down. Let's pull it up on a chart. Okay. So let me show you this real quick, and then we'll go to the actual charts. So right here, we have contraction. What happens? We get higher highs, right? Then we go through and it just repeats. Contraction, expansion, then the move, right? My bad. I'm looking at this contraction, right? Expansion. This is the manipulation, right? And then we end up taking the move. Contraction, expansion, manipulation, and then we get the move. Okay. Now, some of these are going to be longer moves and some of them are going to be shorter moves, right? Contraction. This is the manipulation phase right here. This is the contraction phase one. Phase two, it went short, right? We had a pullback to make people believe that it was going short, but you wait for your entry, which is right above the value line. We got expansion. We got a whole move up. What do? We repeat the exact same cycle again. Contraction, right? The manipulation phase, right? We drop down. This whole thing is the manipulation phase. Contraction, right? And look at the look at the value line. Once you take a value line directly out of the middle of that box, I'm going to show you how to draw up these boxes in a few. That line is showing you which direction the market's going to move. It went below it, then it went above it. This is the manipulation. All of this is the manipulation. It goes above it to fake you out. And then what do the market makers do? Continuation, right? Contraction, you draw the value line out, and then it's going above it, below it, right? And then you can look right here your to take your entries. Boom, above it. Same thing over and over. Contraction, right? Then you got the manipulation, and then we got the move. Same thing over and over right here. Contraction. Because you got the line going out. Okay. After that, what do you got? It's above it, right? So you manipulate it to believe, oh, we going short. A lot of people gonna take sales. Oh man, we selling, we selling, we selling. What did they do? They continued in the same direction that it was going initially. And you can do it this simple for people out there. Let me zoom into this. Once you take this value line out, usually whatever direction it's above that line or below, it's going to continue in that direction, usually. But you want to make sure you're paying attention for the manipulation, because that's how I got hung up without, before I had this concept, I got hung up because I'd be looking at it. I'm like, well, it's looking like it's going short, but then the market makers could take the market in a whole completely different direction. Um, I really want to talk about this concept and see if I can show you again. Okay, so here's a better a better example right here. You're going to draw this box during the contraction. The way you know where the contraction phase is because you got higher, right, wicks above, and wherever it's starting to squeeze. Another way for you to look at contraction is like a squeeze point. After you squeeze it, there's an explosion after that. So there's higher wicks on each side. They could be favoring above or below. The wicks are, right? So this wick is obviously above the contraction box, and then you got wicks below the contraction box. So in there, what you have is a series of lower highs and lower lows, and that's the only way I can make it make sense. These wicks are higher, and then it goes series of lower highs and lower lows, and it's going in and it's intensifying. And you look at it like it's an intensifying. It has to have some type of explosion, and then it has an explosion to the downside, right? We got some wicks that's breaking out above it, right? And then you're waiting for right here these candles, and these candles are showing you. And then as you go down to the lower time frames, let's say you're on the 15-minute to the hourly. As you take these to lower time frames, I would go down to the 5-minute to the 1 minute, right? You're going to see the manipulation phase, contraction. You draw your contraction box, you draw your value line. You seeing it break below. This is all manipulation. Then you see a green candle. Once you see it break here and close above this value line, you should be able to see with your own eyes and make the assessment that we are going for longs. And it's just that simple. You draw the box around the contraction, you draw the value line out directly in the center of this contraction box. I'm going to do this in real time for you guys. Listen, I was studying smart money concept, ICC, and supply and demand. What I'm doing, my strategy, you have to do what works for you. Nothing about what I'm saying is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. What I've done is I'm like, okay, I identify supply and demand makes sense for me, and I'm going to take this, the master pattern, and combined it with supply and demand, because you need to understand supply and demand zones, right? Or fair value gaps and order blocks, right? Same thing. Once I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, order block, fair value gap, supply and demand zones, those are, people call them different things. But when you look at them, they are either demand zones that's making higher highs, supply zones that are going shorts, making lower lows, right? And these are like staircases. When you look at a staircase, they're happening at the fair value order block levels. I'm like, wow, I'm like, you could literally just draw demand zones off of these, right? This is a fair value gap. You could take from here to here, draw a box, and draw it straight out. And what is it doing? It's entering right where this fair value line is, and it's showing you that around those zones, that contraction is happening right next to it. And boom, and what's happening? If you were to draw it out as a supply and demand zone or support and resistance, right? And I don't know, that never made sense to me. Support and resistance never made sense to me, but supply and demand zones does, because they are like magnets, right? And I don't want to lose nobody. I want to keep it on topic, keep it on subject. Um, Let me see if I can get some value, some juice out of here for you guys. So right here, we can see, let me close myself down. So right here, we draw the contraction box. You see a break to the downside, right? This is all manipulation. Phase one. Phase two is the expansion or manipulation, right? It's breaking down to the downside, comes back up for the manipulation. This is the fake out, sweeping, more contraction. This is all manipulation from here to lower to here. This is the real move. After this contraction, you got a real move. You wait to see, right? And if you're looking at these candles are all saying something. These candles and these wicks. Right here, you're seeing wicks off the high. When you're seeing wicks off the top, that's showing you it is a fail to break out. They push it up for manipulation. And right here, you would on a smaller time frame, short on a smaller time frames, you would begin to see from here to here on a 1 minute, you begin to see sells, and you would take your shorts above this line. Take your sales above this line. Boom. That's the whole move. And then from there, it just starts over and you rinse and repeat. And then there's a contraction here. And what happens? You draw the value line out. Once it closes up above, you guys, once I seen this, I said, every new trader should at least understand this, because I'm going to tell you, let me show you on the charts. This is the reason why the master pattern is so powerful to me, is because it's happening over and over and over again. Right here. Let me zoom in for the people in the back, man. Right here, right before this impulsive move right here, what do you see? You see contraction in these areas. And as you begin to see the contraction in these areas, I'm going to draw the box out for you. Go here, get your rectangle, draw your contractions. The more, listen, I don't care if it's Bitcoin, I don't care if it's XRP, I don't care if it's GU, I don't care if it's gold, I don't care if it's silver, I don't care if it's US 30, I don't care if it's options, I don't care if it's NAS 100. You're going to see contraction. And whenever you see contraction, you get ready. That's phase one. Phase two is the manipulation. What did it do? It broke out. This is all manipulation, making people start taking shorts. Boom. And what do the market makers, the institutions, the banks do? We're going in the real direction. As you draw, so you put your box up there, right? Go right here, get your box, get your rectangle, draw your box. Next thing you need to do, come up here, get your trend line, take it right out of the center, right out of the center of that. Try to make it as straight as you can. This always frustrates me. I sit here for a minute and make sure it's perfect. Boom. I got OCD. All right. You see when it broke out, it stayed above. Look at the wicks. The wicks are showing you a failure to go lower, a failure to go lower, a failure to go lower. All of these things are what they consider confluences. These are just markers to say, I'm trying to think of the other word I would use and replace for confluence, because I only use confluence in Forex. I never use that word in regular conversation. but you're looking for more confirmations. Confluence is just more confirmations. So it's already above this line. Sometimes it might swing above and below and above and below. And as you're going to the lower time frames, right now I'm on a 15-minute, but let's see if we go to the higher time frames real quick. Let's go to an hour. Probably look crazy on an hour. Where's it at? Was that it? Where's my? Here we go. This is what I'm looking for right here. All right, so we're on an hourly. I'm going to continue to cover this over and over and over again. I'm gonna do videos about this, y'all, all year. All year. This is my trading style. I'm only thing I'm doing besides, some of the other people is I am taking supply and demand zones and I am correlating those two things together. I'm putting those two things together. So I'm taking the master pattern, Forex master pattern concept. I'm putting it with supply and demand zones. That's it. But as we zoom in on the higher time frames, it looks better on the short on the smaller time frames. So let's just go back to the 15-minute. Let's keep it that simple. Okay. Now I gotta find it again. But even above here, you got contraction, right? Let's just use this one as an example because we're right here. Take our trend line. This is going to be considered what is the part two of drawing this up. Part one is drawing out your box. And the parts that I'm breaking down are different than the phases that I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So part one, draw out your contraction box. How do you know where the contraction is? Is because it's where it squeezes. You got higher wicks, either above and below, right? And where does it start squeezing in? The smallest, and you start seeing that's the, you know what I mean? It's intensity. It's intensifying here. For what? For the move. You can see it, right? Look at the wicks, smaller here than here and here. That's where you want to look for. Because the more you train your eye to see that, you will be able to tell when a move is about to happen. Then you have the line come out. I'm going to change the color of this line. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Okay, now that's blue. Coming almost out of the center. All right, move it down. Boom, to the center. You see that all of this after this phase one, contraction. Phase two is the manipulation or the expansion. As phase two is called expansion, but it's just the manipulation. Another word for the phase two expansion is manipulation in the training. You see it's breaking out above and below and above and below, and it manipulated all the way to here. And then what did the market makers do? Exactly what they want to do anyways. Where are your confluences? You got to break below. You got wicks. All of these wicks are signifying, right? Right now as a failure. And I know it's kind of like, okay, but you got failures going above, failures going above. Here goes your other confluence, right? So I don't confuse y'all. Break below. These are failures to go higher. As you're looking for this, okay, this is one confluence. And I got another confluence. By the time you got 3 or 4 confluences and you train your eye on lower time frames and you go down to the 1 minute, you cannot not see it. For the new people out there, train your eye and look at this over and over and over. This is called the 4X master pattern. As you train your eye to see this, you will be able to see moves. Even if you trade Bitcoin, you trade XRP, you're trading Solana, because I'm from crypto, you guys. Like, I have a whole nother channel on cryptocurrency. I'm trying to see if I can find it again. Must be up here. Doing this on the 1 minute is throwing me off. Okay, right here. Yeah, I think this is the one. Hoping it is. Yeah, got the value line coming out of there. All right. So on the 1 minute, it makes the picture even clearer. So you start off on a 15 minute, then you go down to the 1 minute and you seeing it break above and below and above, and you seeing the wicks. And as it's touching, right? These are all confluences breaking out above. These are the wicks off the top that you seen on the 15 minute. It came down, touched that line, and bounced off. That's another confluence. Wicks off the top. Then we got wicks off the top. You're looking at this on the 1 minute, it's getting so much clearer, and your eye is trained. My eye is trained so much to be able to see, like, wait a minute, we're having failures. And this is another confluence. You're having failures to make higher highs. Then you make a lower high. The market makers, right? Manipulation. But you're starting to make lower lows from here. Confluence is it going higher or lower? Starting to go lower. Wick, you can take your sell anywhere in here. Take your sell. Entry. Boom. And it's going to cascade. Boom. Straight down. Right. And then the cycle repeats over and over and over again. Let me tell you something. Once you see this, the one thing I love about this and telling new people is once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's a contraction. The people out there, they want to know, well, how do I know where the contraction is? Train your eye to say, damn, right before impulse move, there's always a squeeze. And then, like a skyrocket, it's like a shuttle taking off. Here goes contraction. As we zoom in before a move, contraction, contraction, right? I love it, man, because I was like, man, this makes so much sense. Every new trader was taught this. Contraction, manipulation, continuation. ICC, same thing, right? Indication, whatever the other one is, continuation. What is it? Correlation, indication, correlation, continuation. Whatever ICC means. Like, and I was just like, man, like, right? They was breakout, retest, right? Breakout, retest, and continuation. And the reason why I'm saying this for the new people out there is because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you train your eye, even if you don't call your trading style, let's say you learn this and you still I'm ICC or I'm ICT or I am SMC, smart money concept. You will never be able to unsee this. You won't, right? You won't be able to unsee this. We got contraction right here, right? And then we got expansion, and then we have the real move. And it's crazy because as you draw these, I'm gonna draw up some more to make this bring it home. As you draw this up, and people want to know, where did I learn this from? I'm gonna show y'all. Shout out to the dude, man, that really has been talking about this for years because this changed the game for a person. Like I found Bitcoin in 2016. And my homie was starting to teach me trading in 2019, 2020, was showing me support and resistance. It didn't make sense. It was not clicking. That's 2019 to 2021. And there I was living in Colorado. Right now I'm in Michigan, where I'm born and raised from Michigan. Lived out there for 3 years. It wasn't making sense. I still was buying crypto, stacking cryptocurrency. So I'm looking at charts every day. But I didn't know what was going on. I just knew, okay, well, we seeing the market move up. Now I will be able to, on the charts, understand, oh, we got contraction. Oh, we about to have an impulse. Some move about to happen. It could happen hours. It could happen in days. And this is a 15-minute chart. So you do it. Like, what is that? Every candle is 15 minutes or something like that on this one. I'm so used to looking at the hourly and so used to looking at the day chart. And then so I've been just breaking it down and studying on the minutes to get the perfect sniper entries. But let me move myself out the way real quick. So phase one, contraction, this is all the manipulation, but you're seeing it bounce above. The wicks off the low, okay? All manipulation though. All these wicks off the top is telling me something. And I'm looking at this in real time when I'm on a minute. Oh man, this is failing to go higher. We go right here. And it's crazy that this right here, this contraction goes straight through a uh FVG. That's a fair value gap. Right here, we got another fair value gap. It goes directly through that. So as it's manipulating, it causes this whole block. What does it do? Go back to fill it. We got wicks off the top. These are all confluences. This wick off the top is like, oh no, we ain't going no higher. Right? From this wick to here, lower highs, entry, anywhere in here, entry, entry. These wicks right here is showing me we're going for shorts. Boom. I'm definitely going to continue talking about this. This brought it home for me. Shout out to the dude, man, at you know what's crazy? I'm not even trading GU. I started drawing this up on GU, thinking that I was on a NAS or on US 30. That's what I've been trading, but I'm about to add some more money. This is a small account. I'm about to add some more money to the account and I'm going to start trading gold. But I like the high swings of US 30 and NAS 100. I love how it goes from a demand zone to a level of a supply zone, and then it goes back. So you're catching huge moves. Let me show you all that and why this for me. I ain't telling nobody else what to do. This is like 200 to 500 pip moves, right? So we go from here, we're at 25,247 and we're going all the way up to these highs. That's 200. That's like 600 pips or something like that if my calculations serve me correctly. I mean, there's still things as a new person I'm still learning, but I'm looking like, man, from these lows to these highs, that's a lot of movement. From these lows all the way up to here, we get squeezes and then we get another rally and it moves up and then from the top it goes down. That's a lot of movement. And that's why I'm looking at, NAS. Um, and I probably always would trade NAS, but I'm going to start mastering gold. Say gold is more of a safer play. As far as it's not going to be doing no turnarounds and no crazy reversals on you like the NAS and US 30. You know what I mean? I can tell you, I like these big, huge moves that can happen. Um, and I'll do one more for you and I'm gonna get off of here because I know people ain't got the attention span that they had before. All right. So I'm gonna move this out the way just so it's not in our way while I'm drawing this. We'll move this out the way. You got contraction right here. You have a contraction right here. There's already a box there. All right, let me move that out the way for a second. Okay, so we got a contraction in here. Contraction. What's your next thing? Draw your value line out from that area. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, I guess I could have been using this the whole damn time. I don't know why I never use them on the screen. All right. For people that stayed all the way to this point, man, y'all make sure y'all like this video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're getting value. And if you're a new trader, man, please leave some comments. Let me know how this is serving you, man. If this is making a lot of sense to y'all. This is called the Forex master pattern. Let me see. That just seemed like it just disappeared on me. Why did it disappear? Let's change the color of this value line real quick. Make it, that's why I like using yellow. All right, so there's so much going on in this area. What is that white line? All right, zoom in further. All right, so we're gonna put that right in the center. Come on, man, why won't it drop? That's frustrating. All right, straighten this out. Okay, it's almost in the center. Could be a little bit better. We're at OCD, and it's not straight enough. Y'all bear with me. All right, what do we got? As soon as it breaks out, it's above the value line. We got a wick below. So I don't know, in real time, was this a close below? Oh, we are on hourly. Oh, well, you still can see it. We close below, right? All of this is the expansion manipulation phase. So for the new people out there that's watching this, when you're watching this, I know it's a lot going on the screen. When you're watching this, during the expansion of the manipulation phase, you do not want to trade. You want to sit on your hands. One thing I'm learning as a new trader to the game is the people who are novice to the game, new traders, the number one challenge that they have, and I've heard this from all master traders, the challenge that new people have is sitting on their hands. Master traders, people who are experienced traders, they know that waiting for the move to come to you instead of you chasing the game. That's mistakes I've been making. That's why I had a small account, because I'm like, let me make as many mistakes as I can and then figure out, what do the master traders do? What are the people that are experienced traders, the people that's getting the results, big bags? They wait for the play to play out. They're set up to come to them and then they enter the trade. New traders, they're chasing this whole time. They draw this up, or they see it, man, we're about to have an impulse. And then they take an entry somewhere in here and they chasing it all the way up. Oh, damn, we wouldn't have bought. Oh, damn. We wouldn't have sell. Oh, damn. And it's don't make sure you study in the greats and trade like they trade. Think like they think. Take the take the psychology and the mindset that they have. But off of this, we're seeing the man, it's crazy. It's a lot going on in this area. You know what I mean? But after that expansion, we see a breakout. You know what I mean? And what? That's why I'm using supply and demand zones, because up here, there's got to be a fair value gap. There is a demand zone. There's a fair value gap up here somewhere. There's a block up here somewhere. And we hit that. And then we take shorts. And these patterns just repeat over and over and over again. And, for the new people out there, you could do the same thing. Like I said on Bitcoin, I could keep going. Like I said, I found another love, just like I have for crypto. These are your squeeze. These are your expansion. So in closing, for the new people out there, in closing, there's three phases. What are the three phases? First phase, we got contraction. Contraction phase. Phase one. Phase one is the contraction phase. Phase two, we have the expansion phase. Another word for expansion. In phase two, you don't want to be trading. This is where the manipulation is. Another word for phase two is manipulation phase. Phase three, this is where the money is. This is where you enter, and this is your trend. Where the trend is. How do we be able to identify the trend? It's because it's going to go in a direction from here. We had the value line through it. We had the manipulation. We came back up to retest it, making people think we was going to take higher highs. We had these wicks. These are the confluences. And we closed above there, and then we took shorts. And on the 1 minute, you'd be able to see that. Right? Same thing here. All of this is the manipulation, and here is the trend. It's going in one direction. You'll know the trend because it's going to go down or it's going to go up. Right? Uh, there we go. Right? So contraction, all of this is the manipulation. And then all of this is manipulation. Contraction, right? Wait a minute. Yeah, no, this is a shorter one. Contraction, manipulation, and then this is the trend going up. I don't know, right? So contraction, manipulation, you see the line going out, the value line. Once you close above or below, it closed below. Boom, there's the trend. This is the trend. It's going in one direction. That's how you know the trend. Boom. All right. Um, like I said, y'all, it's fresh. This is Gorilla Trader. For the people out there, I did tell y'all I would talk to y'all about the master pattern. I don't know how I found this. I was looking up probably SMC Smart Money Concept, and it came up, and I started watching every video I can. This guy right here, this guy right here. Trade ATS. Him right there. He does a lot of breakdowns. Shout out to that dude, man, for this. Anything that I made mistakes on, which I realize this is one of my first times covering this. I dropped a video. Yup. See, that watched his videos. Um, anything I made mistakes on, and you're like, oh, that's not true, and you messed up here, whatever. I'll go back and correct it, man. Right now, I'm just giving y'all the game. I'm giving y'all value. I am going to continue to talk about this for the year 2026, 2027. You will hear me talking about this. The only thing else I'm going to be talking about is supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? I'll be talking about fair value gaps or order blocks but those are supply and demand zones. So I'm taking those two things, the Forex master pattern, and I'm correlating it, marrying it with supply and demand zones. And that's going to be my trading style. Um, Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It's fresh, y'all. This is Gorilla Trader. Here goes the phone number for people to connect with me directly. 972-348-0103. This is directly to me. Okay. Call me, send me a text message. If you're getting value from this in the future, I don't know when you're going to see this video. If you're getting value from this video in the future, just call me, send me a text message. Fresh, thank you for your video. And just connect with me, man. I got a link for the Patreon for people to get locked in. We will be doing trainings. We will be having the inner circles, all of those things, right? And all you gotta do is just join the Patreon. And once you get paid into the Patreon, you come in at the highest level. If you need me to help you, if you need me to train you, you need anything when it comes to trading, y'all. I'm learning right now, but we about to go crazy. Like the dude Tim that will tomorrow morning. Well, it's 2 a.m. So in a couple hours, I'm wake up and I got to be up before 9 because that's when the market's gonna open up at 10. Between 9:30 and 9:45. But we ain't jumping on no. That's another thing. 10 a.m. Not doing no trades before 10 a.m. Uh, unless I'm trading Asian session, which is like right now. But nah, New York session. Um, I'm jumping on the charts with Tim. We're gonna get on a Zoom call tomorrow. So the person from 2019 to 2021, I'm like, bro, I'm on it. He was just excited. He was like, bro, we're gonna get on a Zoom call. And he went crazy with gold today. Let me see. And I'm gonna get off of here because I know y'all attention span. Like, dude, you just yapping at this point. But I love what we do. He took, let me see what the brother said. He took man, he sent me something long and crazy today. What the hell was this? What is this? Tell him how they work together. Positive economic news. Okay. That's something from the I'm off that 17th. He tripping. Yeah, he tripping, my boy, man. Shout out to my dog, man. He gave me the game. He said he took a couple $100 to like 1,500, 1,300. He be trading aggressive too. So he took $312 to 1,500. 312 $312, just over $300 to $1,500, man. And that's why I said, dude, but he started trading in 2012, man. So just that right there is just more proof, man. About to blow up. It's about to happen, man. We speak in life, you know what I mean? Uh Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like this video, leave a comment for me. This is the phone number information. This number, this link, this link tree will be pinned under all of my videos on this channel. So if you go to this video right here, which I just uploaded, I think last night, the link that y'all looking at, there goes the link tree. Connect with me, right? That link tree for this link right here is right below all of my videos, man. I'm tongue tied, man. I work 10 hours a day, y'all. 10 hours, man. Thank God I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday off because this is what we doing. On my days off, I'm on the charts. I'm studying. I'm learning. It's fresh. This is Gorilla Trader, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace and love.